Uh-huh. There it is. There it is. There it is. What's going on, world? I had to do the microphone check 2 times before this one. I mean, technically, I've done four mic checks. We did 4 mic checks, but this is the third one I actually went to go speak. Anyone who's been tapping in with this particular series here, I had to go check in with uh, the reception people that booked the room, and they're like, I was like, can I do another hour? They're like, well, no one has a reserved after you. And I was like, sure. So, got the hour, got another hour, so we'll be here for a while. Same Americano, hour and a half and such later. Well, 2 hours, technically. It's a 2 hour old coffee. Is 2 hour old coffee good? Do you enjoy that? Do you enjoy 2 hour old coffee? If you do, tap into the university mindset. Let's talk about it, man. University mindset, man. Matter of fact, before we get into anything, tapping back in with the green right here. Oh, shit. The green right there. We are on 230. 230. There it is. TTH, the Truancy hour. TTH, the Truancy hour. Oh, shit. We're in the 30s. I was so used to doing the 2 2s. Here we go. We're going to tap into this university mindset in a second. Let's make sure we got the space. Get the space right here. 230. There it is. We finally made it to 230. Finally made it to 230. What are the odds of that? I don't know. We'll find out in due time. The percentages will show themselves. They'll prove themselves. We'll see. You do like 30 to 50 minutes at a time. 30 to 50 minutes at a time, in that range. And people really only tune in for about 4 minutes or 4 minutes or so. I don't know if that's right. But, that's what I've been seeing. And more people will tap into the live stream. So I'll get a lot more views on that. I'll take what I can get, obviously. But yeah, man. Here we are, man. TTH 230. Let me get out the way of that. I don't know where the let me see. The light reflection is low, so we're good. Light reflection from the window is low. 230. The Truancy hour. 230. Before anything, my bad. I have the ducks in the background. Plastic ducks still running in the background. So I got scared because I saw something flying. But check this out, man. University mindset. I've been preaching about this for a while now. Preaching about this for a minute. And either it translates or it doesn't. I speak about this all the time because a lot of people will validate themselves and, they'll really start to value and validate themselves based off of going to college, community college, university, vocational institute, technical college, culinary school, art school, you name it. You know what I mean? All the institutions of education that are after your basic K through 12th grade education. People go back to school to sit there and validate themselves because, the thing about it is when you're certified, or you got a degree or whatever, you get higher wages. You start getting paid a little more. You're not necessarily getting paid what you're worth, but you're getting paid a little more. Now, when you're not getting paid what your worth is, it's like, where do we define our worth at? The best way to do it is entrepreneurially. If we're being completely honest, yeah, that's probably the best way to do it. That's the best case scenario. But what I'm speaking about is like, there's a level of simply just loving and respecting yourself. Also certifying your existence as a human being, certifying your soul's existence. And a lot of that is, based off just simply understanding the degrees of things in your life that you have withstood, survived, and handled up to this point. At this point, in this moment right now, there's a degree, there's a whole degree of things that you have withstood, survived, and handled. People lose sight of it all the time. People always lose sight of it. But when you really start to reflect on yourself and really start taking account, and that's the thing, you don't have to do it egotistically. Just really do a self-examination of yourself. It's like, I really went through some shit. I really handled some shit. I really used to be a piece of shit. I really flipped that. I switched up the, all the etc. I flipped the game on people. I flipped the game on people and shit, You can really just start doing the knowledge and doing the whatever and all this stuff. You can really start doing that. Because there's also a threshold of things that you will no longer tolerate. There's a threshold of things you will no longer tolerate. You will no longer deal with this, that, and the third. Like, man, that situation right there, I'm not dealing with that no more. This predicament, I'm not dealing with that no more. I draw the line here. The buck stops right there. All because you start to really examine, this is the shit I went through. Why am I going to keep going through that? I say this all the time, man. I never disrespect people who take out the trash or clean someone else's toilet, because I've been there before. I've been, in janitor positions, and I've also been not necessarily housekeeping, but environmental service type positions. If not in departments that were adjacent to it. So I never knock anybody that does it. And I never knock anyone that does it for 25 to 30 years, because, the job pays what the job pays, but at the same time, like, you got to think about your health. Also, on the other side, people who do those jobs are low-key strengthening their immune system. A lot of those people that I know, they actually have stronger immune systems compared to the average person who works those dainty office jobs. This is not to disrespect people with dainty office jobs either, but a lot of people I know with dainty office jobs that I've talked to, they're like, because they sit around most of the time, they have to purposely work out or bike more often just to work on their health a lot more. Like, yeah, I sit around for like 6 to 8 hours of the day, so I have to intentionally go and work out. But like other people, because they're doing physical labor type, environmental service, housekeeping type of jobs, because they're keeping themselves moving, they're cleaning up and they're smelling a combination of chemicals and trash. Their immune system is slightly a little stronger. So weird science to it. I can't prove it, but it's there. But I say this all the time, or like for me specifically, because I did those jobs before, I did my best to try not to go back to those jobs in those positions. It was never a disrespect to those jobs. I respected everyone who did those jobs, and I still do to this day. But my main thing was like, I've done it before. We don't have to do it again unless we have to. And if we're going to do something again, we have to enjoy it. You'll see me, I'll probably, as of today, I don't know. This video is going to come out in the future, but as of right now, I've been Beyblading for a year and a half-ish. And I'm still Beyblading because it brings a level of joy and community. I'm like, I like this. There isn't too much expectation. It just is what it is. It kind of just exists. And I like that. You know what I mean? It just exists. And I like paying things forward and making tournaments or predicaments where people can just exist and have fun and play. You understand? Check this out, man. Check this out. You understand those degrees of things in your life, man. Start certifying yourself as a human being. Start certifying your soul's existence, your human existence. Just start certifying yourself. Start having a level of love and respect for yourself. If you want, you're going to start realizing like, yo, man, I went through all this, that, and the third. I went through all these things. People don't love me enough. People don't respect me enough. I went through all these things only to be not loved and not respected to the degree you think you deserve. And realistically, in order for you to receive that level of love and respect, you have to give it to yourself to a certain degree. You have to give it to yourself to a certain degree. Once you start learning how to give it to yourself in a very functional way, function is kind of person to person at this point. When you start giving to yourself in a very functional way, without the ego involved, without being egotistical, people will recognize that same love and respect and start giving it to you as well. Start giving yourself a little more love and respect. You put a little love and care into your body. You groom yourself well. You dress yourself well. You know what I mean? It's less about the money. It's just about taking care of yourself. You understand? It's less about how people talk to you. It's about just checking the bullshit. Like, hey, man, I'm all fun and games, but that's where I draw the line right there. I'm like, okay, respect. You know what I'm saying? We should be respecting each other like that. And if you're around people who don't have that respect for you, get away from that. It's going to be harder for you to respect yourself if you're around people who don't respect you. You understand? It's best to be in places where you're reciprocated. You can only give yourself so much, but you should be the main sole source of supplying yourself, if that makes sense. You shouldn't rely so much on going places and being reciprocated. You shouldn't rely on going places and constantly receiving and then feeling like you have to give or you owe something. Like, yeah, there's reciprocation should become natural, if you will, you know? But university mindset, all I'm trying to say is have a level of love and respect for yourself, please. A lot more. It'll make, like I said, if everyone just did a little bit, no one has to do a lot. If we start loving and respecting each other, taking accountability for our own bullshit, little by little, piece by piece, each individual, we could all kind of just meet at the table and like, you know what, man, that was actually my bad because I ain't been working on myself. We could actually sit at the table and like really be honest about each other. And we find the person who like can truly admit that, because I love being the person to say that shit. And a lot, you start to, I've learned from experience, the people that rally around me, like, man, I appreciate you being real honest and like whatever about that. And I was like, nah, I had to be accountable. I don't want to be wrong or lying to anyone. That's just me. As much as possible. I like playing around. So, I joke around, I'll lie here and there, but that's in the joke way, like just joking around with friends and family and shit. But on that, just in general, I don't try to be lying about shit too much. You know what I mean? Because it gets, it's taxing, man. It's just sometimes it's all jokes, but everything doesn't got to be all jokes, man. We got to really start working on ourselves. That's the point I'm making with this university mindset stuff. Hopefully, what I'm saying makes sense. I'm trying to compartmentalize this, in this particular series of episodes that I'm getting done this day. There's a lot that I'm kind of like expounding on, I guess. A lot that I'm trying to, I don't know what the word is here. Point being this, right? When you have access to these university spaces and places like such right here, all these university spaces and places like such right here, me personally, I get a level of peace and wisdom here. And I've sat there and I've cultivated it within myself. I've kind of just, talked about it within myself, learned a couple things here and there within the quietness, just studied a bit to myself, utilize the space to like create some live streams. If not, in the background, I'm doing the gaming stream. So I'm just utilizing it to the best of my ability as much as possible, right? At the same time with me learning, getting better, healing, all that stuff that's happening within this space, I decided like, hey man, I need to, with positive intent, with positive intentions, I need to impart that same wisdom and energy publicly. How do I do that? I don't necessarily want to demand a whole room of people where I have a conference about this stuff. I just want to sit there and create a YouTube video about it and just put it out there. It exists in the universe. It's replayable today, tomorrow, next week, next month, next year, and down, years down the line, maybe decades. If this still exists, people can find it and hopefully it helps them. If it doesn't, it doesn't. If it does, that's very great. That's the whole point of this, man. You get access to these university spaces and places. I decided to create a mindset around it because a lot of people don't necessarily have the access to university spaces and places. And even if they do, a lot of times people don't really have a value for their particular college or wherever they're at, junior college, the college, wherever space they're in. They don't value it the same way they would value an Ivy League campus or a private university campus. And I'm just like, hey, man, you could find it within yourself, university mindset within yourself, because there is a strength and knowledge that you have of experiences of things that you have went through that you can pull from. You don't have to constantly pull from an almanac or like a whole, I don't even know what the fucking word is, man, a glossary of things that have happened outside of you. There's a couple of things that happen within you. You got to start doing that. I want to speak about that too, because, there's constantly, like, how do I explain this? You constantly have, I'm going to try to keep it brief and I'm going to leave it at this, right? You constantly have people obsessed with celebrity and like, I don't know how to explain it, like celebrity things and documentaries and stuff like that. People were talking to me about the P. Diddy documentary that 50 Cent put out. This is being recorded on December 19th, for those that are wondering. A lot of this shit gets pushed out into the future. But the reason I'm bringing this up is because it's like, listen, I don't even know these people like that. People will tell me everything that happened in the documentary. People will tell me everything that they've seen in a YouTube interview of their favorite artist or celebrity or whatever. But they can't tell me like, they can't even tell me like, oh yeah, my neighbor, I'll tell you right now, my neighbor just retired. My neighbor retired from one of his jobs. He's working a part-time job somewhere else to get some benefits and discounts for other things. But his main job, he quit. Is he still coaching? He's still coaching. The other family down the line, man, they over here. This dude's mom would visit him because she was worried about him. Car gets stuck in the lot because they're, creating a new apartment across the street. from their house, but she wanted to come visit him, so she parked across the street. And he told her, "It's like, don't come here, don't worry about me. I got everything under control." Mom worried about him, came by anyway, parked over there, and then the car got stuck, and we had to like wedge it out. They got it out eventually. I don't know if they AAA'd it or they figured it out, but they were over here accidentally crushing construction supplies because we were trying to help this lady out. And then he's over here like, "Man, Mom, see, we over here breaking shit." And I was like, "No, it's cool, man. I live down the street, so." But like I said, like I'm more in tune with my neighbors and particular family members that want to speak with me. I'm more in tune with that stuff than I am this weird celebrity shit. So at some point, like I know my family members be going through shit, and I hate when they like try to call me and ask me about something. You seen the P Diddy shit? You seen all that? I was like, I never met that man. I don't want to meet that weirdo shit. Fuck all that weird ass shit. But I get it. I get it though. But I ain't trying to get it. You know what I'm saying? Pause. I ain't trying to get none of that. Pause. Hell no. But that's my thing, man. People got to start tapping into themselves and like their actual environment. My whole thing is God, love, and nature. A lot of that shit is internal, if not within reach. And a lot of shit ain't far from you, man. A lot of information, a lot of important shit ain't far from you, man. On that same note, let's get into it, bro. Everybody's different, and this is going to apply to everyone. I want everyone to kind of just take this with a grain of salt and open ears, if you will. I said learning to read the signs. Eager people. I put the comma right there. Eager people specifically. Learning to read the signs of the eager people. First notice, people eager to prove themselves in front of you. That looks a lot of different ways, man. It looks a lot of different ways, man. People always want to prove themselves in front of you. They want a reason to prove that their existence around you is valuable. And like, I've never out of my mouth told someone that their existence was invaluable to me. You understand? People got to remember that too, because if you're over here trying to prove yourself to somebody, unless someone out of their own mouth said, your existence is invaluable to me, don't ever even think in that train of thought at all. Don't even board that train. Don't even board that train of thought. You understand? I'm trying to figure out what's up with this creepo in the car right here across the street. I think he just posted up chilling, but I don't know if he's like looking at me. I can't see because it's behind a tree branch. Anyway, people will try to prove themselves, man. And like, I've been in that position before where I try to do the most or talk to people a certain way, maybe just like, I'm gonna bring up some, hey, so-and-so, man. Hey, I'll be over here. Da-da-da-da. Like, I'm over here just saying all the extra shit that's unnecessary. A lot of shit is unnecessary. Let's tell the truth. A lot of shit is unnecessary. Let's tell the truth. A lot of shit is unnecessary. You don't have to prove yourselves. I don't know if you ever heard the saying before, you don't got to lie to kick it. You really don't have to lie to kick it. People don't get that. You don't have to lie to kick it, man. I'm trying to be too off camera. I'm just trying to show the 230. We are on 230 right there. You see it? 230. Let me see. Yeah, you can see it. Just trying to make sure. I'm squinting at the thing. It's kind of faint. If I'm seeing that correctly. Hopefully it translates a little better when it fully uploads or something. I don't know. But yeah, man, people are eager to prove themselves, man. I think about this all the time. Like, a lot of times I'm just trying to coordinate, make sure everyone's a little safe when we're walking down the street together. You got some people that like sit there and try to get close to me because like I'm over here making sure everyone's in front of me so we can get to our destination. I'm in the back, so some weird homeless people don't do no crazy shit to people that are walking in the back. Motherfuckers want to stand next to me, and you know who I'm speaking to, man. Shout out to you. That's my guy. I'm not gonna blow it out the water, put it out proportion. Like, I love this dude, but I'm just like, hey, man, if I'm asking you to take care of people in the front and I'm going to the back to make sure everything's good in the back, just take care of shit in the front. Motherfuckers want to be next to me and prove shit. I'm like, no, man, let me handle that shit in the back. If it gets to the front, we'll take care of it. But I handle the back. I'm the first line of defense. That's just the way I look at things. I'm the first line of defense. But that's just me. I talked about this last time where I'm like, I'm not necessarily expecting people to respect or understand my sense of leadership. And I'm not even trying to be a leader. I'm just trying to help people lead, help lead people in a positive way. Kind of just shepherd it into that way, in that direction. And people want to prove themselves like, listen, I'm not even here looking for the violence. I'm just here to prevent it. I'm not looking forward to the violence. I'm here to prevent it. And most of the time when I'm around, it's prevented. A lot of chaos breaks loose when I'm not around. I don't even conduct violence to stop the violence. Do you understand? I just don't. I was like, no, we're not playing that game right now. And I know y'all not playing with me. Learning to read the signs, man. There's a lot of eager people that want to prove themselves. A lot of people want to sit there and speak about their whole existence, the fact that they're a responsible adult. There's someone who know how to hustle and make money. A lot of people want to prove themselves in front of you. You start seeing them getting out of character. Everything's real chill, and out of nowhere, they start upping their energy a little bit, and you're like, damn, I've never seen this side of you, and it's not a good or bad thing necessarily. You know, maybe it's always been there. Maybe they've always been that way. Maybe they're finally getting comfortable and they're finally extroverting themselves out to you because they feel comfortable, and that's a fair assessment. That's a very fair assessment. On the other hand, when you start noticing that people are doing that and it's mainly towards you, you start to realize, okay, this isn't egotistical. I don't want to sit there and be the centerpiece of why someone is being a little beside themselves, a little extra of themselves, or giving off a different, image, or like I don't know what the word is here, perception of themselves, if you will. I'm losing all the terms here. The point I'm making is this, man. It's like you start to notice that shit. Let me tell you like this. Hold on, let me make sure this is not in the note. Oh, my bad. It's not in the notes, but I'll tell you like this, right? It's important to catch this shit. You got to catch this shit because it's like, if it's not you, it's the next person that's going to take advantage of this shit. You understand? I'm the type of person, I notice this stuff and I'd like to talk people through things very slowly and as much time as it takes. Some people want stuff to happen now. That has nothing to do with me. That has nothing to do with you if you're in that position. You understand? Some people want shit to happen now. I'll tell you like this, right? Their insecurities shouldn't affect your security or your peace of mind. So because someone feels insecure and they feel like they need to prove themselves to you, they're going out of their way to prove themselves to you, being a little more or a little less than themselves to prove something to you. Their insecurities shouldn't affect what's secure already in your mind and your own personal peace of mind. Does that make sense? Their own insecurities shouldn't affect that. If it does, then you have your own insecurities to work on. But you don't have to worry about them. You don't even have to work on them. Me personally, I try to dial people back. I try to help dial people back. I try to ask them why they're doing what they're doing. What is the reason for it? All the et ceteras, things along those lines. I'm not pretending to be an expert. I'm just, if anything, I'm trying to be a friend. I shouldn't even have to try to be a friend. I just, you get what I'm trying to say. Point being, let's make sure everything's good there. 2:30, we're on 2:30, right? Point being this, right? I've had some people do the most, man. It's like, you ain't got to do all that, bro. You ain't got to prove that to me. I don't want anyone to hurt themselves or, you know what I mean, be less of themselves. Basically not be themselves just to ever be accepted. This is why I speak about university mindset here. I speak about university mindset because it's like, listen, man, you're being everything beside yourself. You got to really pull into your own experience here. Really ask yourself, is this who I need to be? Is this who I want to be? And who am I wanting to be that for? I remember simply wanting to be a stronger, richer person, richer in thought and richer with money, because I just was watching my mom, I was watching my grandpa struggle physically every day. That's my situation. People want to be that way because they want to look like some guy they'll never meet that they look up to online. So even as I say this shit, it's like, I don't want no one looking up to me online. If you found this shit, just understand I exist simply as a human being, just like everyone else. I'm no different than you guys. I live every day. I go through the same stresses and the same mental breakdowns here and there. I try to power through it. I get through that shit every day. When I start to have a sense of peace of mind and I have the knowledge for it, I impart the same wisdom and I make it public and I put it online. I put my vulnerabilities online and I document it like I'm doing right now. I'm not eager to prove any of this to anyone either. Does that make sense? And I want people to feel the same way about themselves. I don't want anyone to be eager to prove themselves to anyone else. I know a lot of people can't be leaders. I understand that. You need someone to follow. You need an example to follow. I think we all need healthy examples to follow. I think we all need healthy roadmaps to follow. Doesn't necessarily mean we're all followers. Doesn't necessarily mean we're all leaders. We all need healthy things. I'm just trying to sit there and boom. So when people prove themselves, what I want people to notice is this: people who prove themselves to you, or if you are the type of person to prove yourself to someone else, are you doing it in a very unhealthy way? We're gonna remove the is this you or is that not you? Let's take that out of the equation right now, because a lot of people don't even know themselves. They don't have the time to examine themselves thoroughly yet. Is what you're doing healthy or not? Are you proving yourself? Are you doing something violent in front of a group of people or in front of a specific person to prove that you're a tough person or someone who can conduct violence or the chaos is normal to you? Are you that type of person? Do you want to be around that in the long run? Is this momentary for the money? You got to ask yourself these questions. Are you doing unhealthy things to prove yourself to someone? Have you seen people do unhealthy things around you to prove themselves? I remember slightly trying to impress a group of friends by like drinking straight out the bottle. That's unhealthy. I knew a bitch, man. Shout out to this is my homegirl, man. Shout out to her. She knows who she is. She was always trying to smoke blunts just to prove that she was down. She was, every time we kicking it around, like it's all of us black and brown people just kicking it. Whenever she come around, this bitch was over here talking about smoking blunts and shit. I'm trying to smoke a blunt. I was like, bitch, we not. What the fuck? People be doing unhealthy shit. And I'm like, listen, I'll be smoking cigars, but the thing is, you exhale that, the rest of that shit, get that shit out of there. Inhale, wine, taste it, get the fuck out of there. You know what I'm saying? Because you're actually inhaling the weed and you're mixing it with the tobacco, you really trying to kill yourself. I get it though. Some motherfuckers be blunted up. Can't keep blunting it up all the time, man. I get it. You can't keep blunt. Hey, I ain't gonna lie to you. I fuck with some backwoods though. You roll the weed in the backwoods though. That shit, goddamn. Goddamn. Matter of fact, man, low key, if I get hired at this dispensary, I start working the weekends at the dispensary, I might start rolling the flower in the backwoods, start throwing it back like that, like the old days. I might have to start doing it. Looking out the window. Check this out, man. Let's get back to it. Their insecurity shouldn't affect your security or your peace of mind. Someone's doing something unhealthy to prove themselves. They're eager to prove themselves in an unhealthy way. That shouldn't affect you. And if it does affect you, you're not over the hump yet. And that's fine. Focus on you. Fuck them, focus on you. You might have love for them. You might not be at the point where you can really tell them, hey, man, dial that bullshit back. I ain't gonna lie, man. I might have some family members I might have to talk to, like, hey, you really not from my cloth. Every time you came around, remember, you was a visitor. You didn't live in this. You got to remind some people sometimes, man. I'm going to leave you on this one, though. I said, people will hate you after they tried so hard to prove themselves, and you don't care or you don't budge. You know? That's the other aspect. Because you'll sit there and accept the eagerness of them proving themselves. You'll even be infatuated of it. See, some people go so evil. They go so far in evil. So like when they start realizing people are proving themselves to them, like, I can utilize this person as a worker, as a soldier, as someone for my cause, if not lost cause. I simply don't entertain the bullshit sometimes. I simply don't entertain the bullshit. I'll tell you like this, man. People will hate you after they've tried so hard to prove themselves and you don't care or you don't budge. I be seeing that shit. I be seeing insecure men all the time. Motherfuckers posing to be my friends. Couldn't wait to be my friends all the time. Couldn't wait for that shit, man. Give me a second. I need to get that Prime bottle out. You gotta get the Prime out, bro. That's crazy, yeah. I'll tell you something, man. Like I don't fuck with the Paul brothers, but I fuck with KSI. Shout out to KSI, man. I don't fuck with the Paul brothers though. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't think they're bad. I mean, I don't really know. I don't really know. I just don't pay attention to their shit. Like I don't really care about them. It's not that I hate them. I know some people that really don't fuck with them. I don't really care, bro. I just fuck with KSI, and that's part of that's his shit, right? Anyway, some people will sit there and be like, yeah, I'm gonna utilize this person as a soldier to my cause, my lost cause. I'm gonna utilize this person, you know what I'm saying, as a worker. This is how management gets created when you start having the workers and shit. This is how workplaces get created when you start having people eager to prove themselves, you know what I'm saying? I literally told my manager when he was hiring me, I said, hey man, whatever work you need me to do and shit, whatever I can whatever I can do to like learn the job faster, I'll take it. He said, well, hold on now, man. We're not going to ask you to do any more than you think you can. So just learn it first, and then we'll see if you want to do more days. I was doing it for about 2, 3 days a week, and I was like, you know what, man? Let's stick to 2, 3 days a week, because that shit's a lot of work. That was a lot of fucking work. I ain't gonna lie to you. That was a lot of fucking work. I was like, I'm doing hellish shit right now. Hellish. Yeah, man. People will hate you after they've tried so hard to prove themselves, and you don't care and you don't budge, man. I'm getting close to the end. Well, I'm pretty much over that 30-minute limit, but I want to sit there and do a fourth one. I want to do a fourth one of these. So here, let me look at the time right here. Oh, yeah, we're doing good on time. I ain't tripping. I just want to take care of this now, so then that way I can do more. You know what I mean? I want to do more. So I want to leave you with this story, man. I had a friend of mine who was constantly, I told him, man, I had one friend I was close to, and I had one friend, and he saw that I was really close to another friend of mine. For whatever reason, he wanted to be a closer friend to me. It's some weird shit. I get it. Don't get me wrong, I get it. So then my guy that I was real close to, I was like, I love him like a brother. That's why I clown on him, because my whole principle was like, if I don't think you can handle the scrutiny, I'm not gonna make fun of you. You understand? If I think you can't handle the scrutiny, I'm not gonna fuck with you like that. Because my own brother, man, I'll sit there, I clown him all fucking day. We used to clown on each other, get on each other's heads, sock each other in the chest. Like my real brother, we would do that. Like my actual real brother, we used to do that shit. And like one of my friends, I treated him like that too, because I was like, yo, I love you like a brother. Pause. You know what I'm saying? Just keeping it real. Like, hey man, that's how I really feel about you. Pause. And it's like, I think you can handle it. Pause. You did. You gotta. Hey man, you gotta catch them things. I'm telling you, man. You be thinking it's too much. You think it's excessive. You gotta catch them things, man. If you don't pause, man, you got to take a moment to really pause when you say it, man, because that's the thing about the English language, man. It's real sus. That's the other aspect about it. It's real sus. You're keeping yourself sharp by catching these things. People think it's some other shit, whatever. Some people call it homophobia or whatever. Not really. You'd be surprised at all the trans friends I got. You'd be real surprised. I don't give a fuck about their business. That's their business. They try to impose that shit on me. Like I said, that ain't got nothing to do with me. That's your shit. That's your shit. I love y'all still. Yeah, my light's still on? Yeah, my light's still on. But check this out, man. I had another friend who was observing our relationship, and I wasn't that close to him. Also, that person who was observing the relationship, he was very insecure. So he would constantly do this shit where he's like, he'd be reminding me, he's like, yeah, man, I think we got to spar, because, I said, yeah, you said, when you spar somebody, you really think that's your brother. So I just want to be like a brother to you. And I'm like, when he said that shit, I was like, whatever, bro. I really was just like, whatever. I don't care about that bullshit. There's a reason why I never went out my way to spar, because I already knew he was insecure. And I already knew that he was already trying to prove himself over and over again. This motherfucker started getting upset. He starts pillow talking with other bitches about me. We have like homegirls and stuff. He's over here gossiping about it. And the other thing about it is other homegirls would bring my name up, and then he would get all emotional and start talking shit. So all that stuff, all that wind started coming back to me, and I really didn't care. I was like, that's just where his mind be at, man. That motherfucker be dealing with his own shit. That's my guy still. But he just be dealing with his own bullshit. He need to fix his own bullshit. And funny enough, all his girlfriends and all the homegirls that he would sit there and gossip to me about, they started coming my direction, like trying to fuck with me, because they realized he was insecure and on some bullshit and on some bitch shit. And they didn't want to be around that. They don't want to be around a dude worrying about another dude for too long. Pause. Just ain't nobody trying to be around that, especially not a female. That's case one. Case two, my guy, man. My guy was over here. When I first met him, he was just like hella in my face, like, damn, bro, I seen you do this, then the third, man. He knew me from some, I don't even know if it was, I can't remember what the fuck it was. Like, either I put a video out or I was doing some form of content creation. I don't fucking remember, but he got real in my face. And it seemed like kind of like, damn, that's kind of crazy, because it felt good to me that people found my videos and it inspired them or something. I was like, okay, cool. It was a lot for me to handle. Pause. So I'm sitting there. We start getting to know each other. He wants to get real involved in my life and like stuff that I'm creating. He wants to be a part of it. And I was like, it's cool. Hey, I think we're doing different things. I'm kind of just going on the flow with stuff. If I feel like doing this today, I'm doing it today. If I feel like doing that today, I'm gonna do that today. That's just what I'm thinking. That's just what I'm thinking. I don't care about the intentional stuff. Whatever happens that day, I'm intentionally gonna make it happen and I let it go. That long run intentional stuff, I let it. It depends what it is. If it's some writing stuff, sure, that's different. You let that cultivate, create some art out of it. Really take some time with it, right? After a while, man, it's like, he saw that I was kind of, because my thing is, no matter where I'm at, bro, I be real friendly, like just friendly with everyone. Like I like making new friends and shit. My guy really tried to prove himself like he was the best friend that I need to be around him and shit. He's like, come on, man. Hey, man, let me give you a ride home, man. Hey, man, let me buy you this meal, man. Hey, man, let me do this, then, and third. I was like, I mean, I don't mind taking it, pause, but at the same time, you ain't got to do all that. You understand? You ain't got to do all that. Man kept on trying. And, we'd always do good things for each other. Don't get me wrong. We'd always look out for each other here and there. But then my guy started tripping one day. I don't know. Again, same situation. Back to the insecure dude. I don't know what would happen. But there was one particular day he was trying to prove himself to me again. I was like, nah, it's cool, man. You got to do all that. We don't have to do all that. It doesn't have to go there. Fuck all that. We don't have to do all that. Other people who are more affected by a certain situation, even though we were all involved, it was like a whole group of us friends. There was a particular group that was the most affected. So we put a lot of energy and care into them. It was like one or two people that got it. It was like a certain, I don't know how to explain it. I'm not trying to out these people. They went through something, I don't know how to explain this, dude. Basically, some people got violated. Let's just put it like that. Take that however you want. There's like one or two people got violated. We're all in this friend group. We're all putting care into these two people right now. Care and energy into these two people. This guy starts thinking like we forgot about him because we put care and energy into this. I was like, bro, we're not concerned with you right now because they just went through some shit. These people got violated. Like I said, take that however you want. I won't expound or get specific. And we're just sitting there like, bro, what the fuck? But he making it about him. My guy goes into hiding and starts having these emotional conversations again with his girl and the other girls around him. All of a sudden, these girls are randomly like reaching out to me. They're not even bringing his name up. They're reaching out to me, just talking to me. I'm like, though, I've been through this shit before. Motherfuckers eager to prove themselves, and my name getting brought up in the background. I'm not even worrying about these dudes, bruh. I don't be concerned about dudes that long, bruh. I really don't. But like I said, people will hate you after they've tried so hard to prove themselves, and you don't care, you don't budge. A lot of times I don't care. I've had people do violent shit around me, in front of me, trying to prove themselves. I didn't budge. I was just like, I guess that's just what you do. I guess, you know what I mean? In my mind, I'm like, oh, that's what you do, huh? You be doing this shit in front of everybody or just me? Months down the line, weeks down the line, you come to find out these people ain't doing shit. They ain't busted a grape since. Motherfuckers be doing violent shit or like wild shit in front of you just to prove themselves. Motherfuckers will sit there and rob the store in front of you, type of weird shit. Motherfuckers oppress people. Motherfuckers will say the wildest shit. Motherfuckers pretend to be on some hood shit just to prove themselves to you. I was like, I'm not even on that time, bro. I'm here to go walk with you to the store. I'm going to buy a Fago. You're going to grab a blunt. And we're going to go back and we're going to sit there and play some video games. That's it. All that other shit, I don't know what that other shit is. I don't know what the fuck people trying to prove themselves with, bro. I don't know who you think I am, bro. I might look a certain way. I'm just from that environment. That's it. But I'd be the most peaceful person around the chaos. I'm telling you, bro. I'm trying to be on some Sadhguru shit. I'm Sadhguru in the, saying the district of the chaos, bro. Central district, chaotic district, chopper district. You know what it is. That's where I'm from, bro. 981 double deuce, man. Shout out to the 442. 98122. Shout out to the 442. Wow, wow. You know what it is, man. South side, east side. You know how we do it, bro. Hey, man, there it is, man. I'm going to leave it at that. If you understand it, you understand it. If you get it, if you get it. If you don't, you might have to learn it over time, or you might just have to live a little. That's all. Just start living a little, but do it for you, man. Don't do no unhealthy shit for anyone else, man. Do it for you, all right? Listen, I'm trying to get as much shit done in this room as possible. I don't know how loud I'm being. I don't know if motherfuckers can hear me on the other side of the door. I really don't care. Because we're on the 230. We're trying to get to the 231. And when I show up tomorrow at the next spot, You know what I'm saying? Because I got this room right now. I'm gonna try to get the other one. So we'll see if that's just open. I'm gonna have the suit on too. I'm gonna have my suit on the backpack. I'll walk up in there and we'll try to get some recordings done, man. Grab my coffee, talk to them thick white ladies that be serving the coffee. You know, you got the thick white lady serving the coffee. I'm gonna have to be like, what's going on with you? I never got your name. Bop, bop, bop. Hey man, I might have to get your number next week, man. If you're still in the same mood, I'm gonna get your number next week. That's what I'm gonna do. It's like I really don't give a fuck because I ain't trying to prove myself to the bitch. Anyway, that's what it is, bro. That's TTH. Oh my bad, I'm out the way. That's TTH 2:30. The Truancy Hour 2:30. I'm gonna leave it right there, man. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. Who cares? I love y'all. I appreciate y'all, man. Peace. Thanks for tapping in. Thanks for checking in. Love y'all, man. I'm out.